Will the Village Bride sequel meet my expectations? Let's discuss tonight. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Visions-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Drew.
And we are back with Visions Volume 3, Episode 4, The Bounty Hunters, Episode 5, Yuko's Treasure, and Episode 6, The Lost Ones. Yep, so we're doing 3 episodes a week. So last week we did the first 3 episodes, doing the middle 3 this week, and next week the last 3 episodes. So don't be looking for single episodes on single episode breakdowns. We're bunching them up because they go pretty quick because they're just shorts. But yeah, so nothing really going on.
News?
Really.
No news.
Not really any news. I don't think the whole Ben Solo thing is still everyone's still up in arms about that. So I'm really hoping in 5
Disney
years that
cares.
movie comes out.
Yeah, 5 years? More like 10.
We'll see. It'll probably come out before the Rey movie.
It'll be a book. Yeah. Honestly, it probably would come out before the Rey.
Yep. Because I think
is that thing paused again?
I think something with like Daisy Ridley's scheduling because they kept delaying it. She booked a different movie or something like that. So
because Star Wars did not pay her enough. Just wait.
Is that what it was?
No, I don't know.
No, I think it's because of delays. She couldn't delay other movies, so it's like, well, I gotta do this other movie, so I'm doing that. So,
well, you don't think that girl made enough money in the 3 Star Wars films to like be Gucci for the rest of her life? No,
dude, those like Finn, John Boyega and Oscar Isaac, they only made like was it $300,000 to do each movie, and then they got like after a certain amount of box office income, they would get like 1% or something. But like, they're not.
That's so low though.
Well, because they're all no-name actors. Like this is like you don't. But Harrison Ford got paid $25 million.
Yeah, he did, and he should, and that's okay.
But we're not here to talk about the economics of filmmaking and who should get paid what, because that's
above our pay grade.
Yeah, our tens of dollars a year that we make.
Tens of dollars.
They're doing better than us. How about that? All right. Well,
I surely hope so.
Might as well just jump into episode 4, The Bounty Hunters. Drew, what were your overall thoughts?
I liked it.
Of this episode.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah?
I enjoyed it. I watched it today in the car with Miles, waiting to get my oil change from Valvoline.
Was this the first time you watched it? Was in the car?
Yeah.
You didn't want to watch it on a big screen in your house or anything like that? I was like,
shoot, I need to watch these things, and the line took way too long. So we started watching Fantastic Four, and then he was like,
"Oh yeah, that is
it's on Disney Plus now. Go check it out. You guys haven't watched it? It's a good one. I liked it." But then he was like, getting too antsy, and I was like, all right, I need to watch this. So sit down. So yeah. I enjoyed it.
Specifically why you liked it?
I like the art. The anime style was really cool, and the story was just like good. Like it was just like there wasn't a lot to it. Like it was pretty basic story style, but it was still entertaining. So I really enjoyed it.
Fun. Yeah, I kind of like you. Like I liked it, but like it's a very simple story, very predictable. Yeah. But like for some reason, I really liked it.
Yeah,
I think it was just maybe it was just the visuals and the animation style kind of elevated it. What was the girl's name? 7. I I don't know, Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
Like she just kind of definitely the exposed six pack was very like, okay, this is Tomb
it's
Raider, but
very
whatever.
modern day Japanese
Yeah.
or
So
even American Western clothing. But I don't know. It was
yep.
fun.
She had a really cool ship.
Hmm.
I like the idea that the droid had dual
Yeah, I thought that
personalities,
was a really cool, clever idea.
especially at the end. How you kill
But
one,
the other person
and then
was
the other one is
yeah.
still there and can turn on. I thought that was really a unique. Now, does that make sense? No,
No.
but it's still a super cool idea that I enjoyed because I didn't see that coming. Like it
Yeah.
was a very predictable plot, but I didn't see that coming,
Hmm.
and I was like, oh dang, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I just
Um,
enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
and but I think my favorite part of it was that like the whole Jedi aspect of the Jedi ruined her life and it made her be on the run because she got blamed for everyone being
Hmm.
killed. And it opens, it left on a cliffhanger of like, oh, I'm gonna go find this Jedi and kill her or whatever. So I think we could get a sequel episode to this one in the future, like her fighting a Jedi. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I hope they don't get rid of the dual protocol because it's like, oh, we can get you fixed. Well, I think it should be a way where they can like coincide the two personalities without like the one taking over and being evil or
Yeah.
whatever.
Well,
So
and like they
it
could
would be
get it
cool, like the
fixed, but it was also a really cool concept. So it's like,
right. So I think if they could like tweak it to where like it was in control of both personalities simultaneously,
hmm,
like I think that would be really cool to see those two then fight the Jedi together.
agreed.
I think that'd be really fun. But uh yeah, we might as well just jump into it. And so it starts with the flashback and we'll just go over and then there's like one flashback later. So we'll just do the flashbacks to start out. Let's do the whole thing. So Seven, she is just sitting in this like huge building or house or mansion or something complex, and fires everywhere, bodies everywhere. Then she's watching a Jedi kill these people, and she's terrified. And then the Jedi's coming at her. She points the blaster at the Jedi. Jedi uses the Force to pull it away, and then in the second flashback, like the Jedi gives the gun back, frees her from like the like neck like I don't know what's the term for it, like a neck collar thing that made her a slave or
Hmm.
whatever, and freed her. Like, hey, now you're free. Go use your skills to do good in the galaxy, and may the Force be with you. And then leaves. And so then she wakes up, or she kind of like, and it goes to her like in space, like in modern time, current timeline, and she's just being hunted. Why? If you piece it all together, the bounty hunter like syndicate that she was part of, or guild that she was a part of, or whatever it was, the Bob, so Basham, the Basham Syndicate or Basham Guild or something like that. They because she's the only one that survived, they blame her and think that she killed their whole group,
Yeah.
and so now they're hunting her. And so the Jedi did something good to like free her or whatever and kill all these bad guys, but then she gets blamed and now she's on the run and she blames the Jedi for this. So I think that's a really cool, interesting way to like villainize the Jedi. I don't know. What did you think about? Did you pick up on that? Like that's why she hated the Jedi, or
Yeah. Like not right away, but like later on. So like
yeah,
I thought that was a really cool concept too because it was like she was getting hunted and pushed out by these crime syndicates, but not because she actually did anything wrong. And so it was really cool to see that, like, her perspective of the Jedi. And we haven't really seen that perspective of the Jedi. Like, we've seen people's perspective that has been hurt, like, through the Clone Wars and whatever, but, like, not in that scenario. So, like, she was saved, but now she's also really mad because she has no one and she's, like, running for her life, essentially, and still trying to work. And apparently makes bad financial decisions and mods her droid when she shouldn't have. Stuff like that. So
Right. So I think the closest that like we got in canon of like a similar thing was uh if you remember in Clone Wars season 7 when we have like we meet Trace and Rafa, those mechanic girls, like because their parents were killed and like their backstory is like the Jedi were chasing after Cad Bane or whatever when he escapes or something like that, and the ship crashes into like the tunnel thing and crashes into like their apartment and kills the parents, and
yeah.
then it implies that it was like Luminara that showed up to like say, "Hey, sorry for your loss, but the Force will be with you. Bye." And it's just like kind of like that thing where the Jedi's actions were like good actions of chasing the bad guy, but those actions screwed them over, and the Jedi didn't actually help the person or people in need. Just kind of left them up to the Force, and so that was like what I was thinking of, like watching this episode, like oh, it's similar to that. Um, but I hope we get a sequel episode where we can kind of see this fleshed out a little bit more.
Yeah, I would like to see her like actually encounter the same Jedi again. I think that'd be a really cool concept.
Yeah. So she's just being like I said, she's being chased and chased down in a dogfight type thing in space. Her droid is IVA4 or Eva 4. And like we said, he's like a medical droid, I think they said, but then like she got repairs or was upgraded or something, and somehow assassin protocol was installed into it. So he can turn on a second personality of being a fighter. And so he like when they're being attacked, like he takes over the controls to like do like offensive things, and they end up dropping a seismic charge, which we didn't mention it last week, but that the song of the Four Wings or whatever it was called, those AT-ATs were dropping like seismic charges like machine guns.
Yeah.
And then they had this episode with seismic charges again. And I thought, was there another episode that was it next week maybe?
Oh, I've only watched the
Oh, I felt like because at least 2 episodes had seismic charges. Like, dang, this is like getting
old.
overused.
Yeah, but I loved her comment though. She's like,
that was expensive.
That was expensive. Like she had that one in the chamber, but only for extreme circumstances.
Right. And they had to do it. Like she didn't really have any
choice.
Had
to do it.
Made sense. Excuse me.
Sleepy boy here.
Yep. So they they get able to escape, get to hyperspace, they exit hyperspace, and they get to a planet. I think they said it was Genya, where there was a guild there. So they were going to go there to get work. But upon arriving at the city, a tractor beam takes them in. And like, oh crap. But they're greeted by a droid. Like, hey, I'm here on behalf of a guy named Jin Sim, who is like the leader of a big corporation or whatever. It wasn't really clear what the company was exactly, but there was like a mining aspect to it. So some big company or whatever. And he's like, hey, I know who you are. You're 7 and you're part of the Basham thing and blah, blah, blah. And like, I got a job for you. I got these insurgents that are attacking my mines or whatever, and I need you to stop them and capture them and bring them in, and hopefully they can be reformed and blah blah blah. And he's just gonna pay her all kinds of money. Like, your ship is crap right now. We'll fix it all up for you on the house. I'll pay you $150,000 credits to do this job. And then he's like, but I also want to hire you to be like the lead on my like defense force. Like, and I'll pay you 7,000 credits a week. I'm like, dang,
Dang.
dude. So she's like, oh, this is interesting. And throughout this whole episode, the droid is like giving her advice. Like, yes, you should take this option. Yes, you should do
Yeah.
this. Like, this is like, it was kind of like a very much like very like, it was like if C-3PO was like more business oriented and rather than just giving the odds, like gave like advice based on the
Well,
odds.
because I think he's had poor experiences with her financial means. So
Right.
for her, he's like, dude, can we just fix me and hurry up?
Yep. And then so while they're in the talks about this, a Twi'lek child comes in and brings in some tea, and it's like a child and has a collar around her neck. And they, oh, the guy Jin Sim is like, oh yeah, like we rescue these orphans or whatever and put them to work, and you know they give them a place to stay and they are making money, they're paid well, blah blah blah. And the collar that's around her neck is just to monitor their health because, you know, we rescued them from bad situations, so they weren't in the best medical state, so they're just there to monitor things. And she's like clearly not really buying the story. Seven, she doesn't really buy the stories, but she doesn't really know for sure what's going on. And so then on their way to like do the job, a droid is like giving them kind of like a tour through the thing, and you see like a work area filled with children. And it's like,
Clearly
okay,
obvious what it is.
like, sure, you could rescue these orphans and give them work, but it's like they're also children.
Mhm.
Like, even if you're paying them and they're not slaves,
They're still children.
they're still children. Like, why don't you, like, I don't, if you're trying to, like, do, like, have slaves, but, like, want to hide it, why would you have hundreds of children doing
And they're
it?
not allowed to
It's
talk to
kind of,
you and like yeah.
it's kind of obvious, but,
Well, they all had collars on their
uh,
necks. Like
right.
hers.
Yep. So whatever. So they go. Then we get to the rebel, like this surgent base or whatever. Like they're like hiding in like some kind of like temple or something because it was like this frog statue temple thing. Um, and so Seven and Eva Ford arrive and they just take everybody out and like capture them, and like it was super easy work. Like she didn't struggle at all. She got done. So she arrested the main leader, the Twi'lek, which looked exactly like the slave girl that was serving tea. Same like pattern on the head tails and same color, and um so then she's like, well, hey, just listen to me, hear me out. You're being lied to by Jin Sim, and you know, the droid is like, hey, don't listen to the target. Like, kind of like what you were saying, like she's made bad financial decisions, she's made bad decisions, so he's like trying to like stop her from making another bad decision. And she's like, well, whatever, I'll just listen. And so he's like, he's lying to you. We escaped wherever, and everyone there are slaves, and we got family and stuff there, blah blah blah. And Seven kind of believes her but doesn't, because like, where's the proof? And then she drops the girl drops well, I thought it was like a thermal detonator,
Yeah. So did I.
but it wasn't. It was just like a hollow projector thing, and it was showing a hollow of like a younger two much younger Twi'leks at like a dinner or something with their parents, and they both got bracelets. They're the same bracelets, and so the girl there had the bracelet, and then Seven was like, "Oh, I recognize that bracelet on the girl that served the tea." And I was like, "Oh, maybe this girl is telling the truth." But like we don't get like a. If I remember correctly, they didn't like say, "Okay, I believe you." Like it just kind of like jumped forward
Yeah.
to bring in the whole group in to turn them into Jin Sim.
Because you don't know if she actually believes until they escape, essentially.
Right. And so because like Seven is kind of like listening to the other side of the story, blah blah blah. Eva 4 is super angry about this. He's like, he rage quits. He's like, I'm leaving and I'm taking the ship as payment. the what do you call it? It was he named the ship Sandbird. I don't know. It's kind of a lame name for a cool ship like that, Sandbird. Um, so he leaves, and as he's like back at the ship trying to like leave, he reads a private message that was sent to her, like, "Hey, this is so and so. We can maybe fix your droid because we know this group that could probably maybe uninstall that assassin protocol, but send us the money and we can get it done." And then that's all we see from that. We're like, okay, is he leaving? Does he want to get fixed so he'll stay? We don't know at that point. So she returns with the group of insurgents, and basically it's a trap. And they're all I don't know how all their handcuffs came off. Okay, and then they all whipped out these giant machine guns.
Yeah.
Like they didn't want to like pat him down or scan
No, you
him when
can't
they
do
came
that.
in, like just to make sure there weren't any
He
weapons.
trusted
Like
her too much.
so, they start fighting, and he has like these two giant battle droids. They're like super battle droids, but like
Have you ever seen the Fallout?
15 feet tall. Like they're like the size of a Hulk. They're like Hulk busters,
Yeah.
basically. And so then it's just chaos. It's like, hey, you go free the kids. I'm gonna go take out Jin Sim or whatever. I'm gonna take care of this. So she does this cool like sideways backflip thing and like takes out the two giant droids just by like, headshotting them while upside down. It's pretty cool. And he starts going crazy. Like he's like this nice, prim and proper guy, looks dressed nice hair, and very quickly he gets like crazy. And so from the sky or from the ceiling opens up and it drops down a giant droideka. It's all gold, and he gets into it, and I'm like, that's pretty kind of cool. Like it would be. I was watching someone on YouTube talk about this episode, and they're like, it would be cool if this was like a boss fight in a video game. And so it was a cool concept. Kind of like it's kind of funny because in that Rebuild the Galaxy season 2, they had these giant droidekas also, and the weird Ahsoka figure was able to sit inside it and control it. I don't know. It's just kind of weird that
it's like we've seen it before already.
Seen it before in the most recent Star Wars project, and I don't know. It was just kind of weird. And then they had like the different episodes with seismic charges. It seemed like there was like a little more like oversight by Disney. Like, hey, let's do all the same stuff.
Everyone had the same idea.
A little sus, as the kids would say, right?
No, they say 6'7" now.
That doesn't mean the same thing.
But that's what they say now. No one knows what that means, but that's what they say now.
I thought it just means like okay or like mediocre.
I don't think it actually has a meaning. I think they just say it.
No, that's what it means. It means that like basic or simple, basic, not that
Well,
great.
actually, what it really means is 6 to 7 feet in the ground when you're dead. That's what it actually really means.
Etsy, you're in high school and you're listening. What does 6'7" mean to you and your friends or in your school or whatever? Like, cause I'm guessing like it.
It really doesn't have a meaning. Yeah,
Okay, well, I've Googled it and it
you
says
would Google.
like, why wouldn't I? Like it,
No, I
like
I
people.
literally this thinks like if you're saying a number and somehow it has a 6 in it, you're like 6 7. Like that's literally it's just two numbers that are close to each other. It's so dumb, but yeah, that's literally what it is. It doesn't really have a meaning. It's just what it is.
I don't know. When I Googled it, it said it was. I think it was just like
AI
basic,
is trying to make
simple. Yep.
a thing. Like when I'm working, we all have a bag that has like a 6 in it, and we're like, "Oh, it could be 6 7." And then like my manager like gets mad and throws the walkie on the floor.
Um, I don't know. How do we get there? Why are we talking about 6'7"? What
No,
were they
because
even
you
talking
said
about?
sus, and then I was like, "No." They're like,
Oh,
"That's what the kids say these days."
sus about. Oh, okay. About all the
And I
parallels
was like,
between all the
"No,
projects.
they
Okay.
actually say 6 7."
Okay.
They don't.
So she's fighting this giant droidica. She tries to like do the thermal detonator thing to like roll it slowly, and it bounces off the outside and is not strong enough to take out the shield. Um, and something that didn't make sense was like she then did like a remote detonator of thermal detonators like on the ceiling. Like I don't remember her like throwing grenades up there or how
I
they
don't
got up
either, but
there.
she had it.
But the ceiling starts to cave in, and then somehow like the floor collapses too. I forget how that happens, and so she falls down like to the floor below. Um, and so she's like basically gonna lose because he comes down with the droidica from the ceiling,
Yeah.
and he made some line, said some line of like, "I'm gonna get you," or some like corny weird line like "I found you" or something, or "I got you" or something. I don't know. And he jumps down, and so then all hope is lost. But then Eva 4 returns in the ship and starts using his giant cannons off the ship and attacking, boom, boom, boom. Lands and like he can like take direct hits by crossing his arms
Yeah.
from the droidica, which is kind of you get an assassin protocol thing and you can automatically like block giant droidica blaster shots. I'm like, you probably shouldn't get that taken out of
Yeah,
him, but
that's what I'm saying.
whatever.
Like, why would you want to get rid of that?
Um,
He just doesn't like
and
the
he's
split personality aspect of it.
right, and so then she's basically he says to her like, "Hey, I'll distract him. He has a weak spot from behind. Go take care of him." So then she sneaks behind, rolls a grenade behind, and shocks him, and then he collapses. Um, and then like he then forces like the slave girl to come in that served the tea to come in. Like, oh, here's a slave girl. Here's the girl you were looking for. And then he activates like pushes a button, and all the collars and all the slaves have bombs in them to keep them in line. So I'm gonna do it unless you take out your droid. You kill your droid, or they all die. And she's like, okay. I was like, why did she so easily say okay to
Yeah.
it?
I was like, dang.
And so like he just came back to save your life, and now you're just throwing him under the bus because like obviously I didn't know what the twist was, and so she shoots him. He falls down, and then uh whatever, blah blah blah. Was he about to? I forget what happens, but then the second personality takes over, and then he wakes up, and then he saves the day again. the droid. And then that's the end of the episode. They free the slaves, and there's one piece of artwork that the guy had that didn't get destroyed, and hey, take this, guys, and you can sell it
And last time,
for
last
2.1 million credits last time it was sold. And he's like, what do I supposed to do with all that? Well, buy yourself a nice lunch or something like that. I know, it's kind of funny. And so then it just finishes like they're back in space because like the Barash or the Basham group found them again because they probably got alerted by Jin Sim. And all right, we gotta go, and then we're gonna find that Jedi, and that's the end of the episode. So
yeah,
simple, straightforward story with a cool twist with the droid dual personality at the end.
it was fun. I enjoyed it.
But I really hope we get a sequel episode from that. But that could be like a couple years from now, 2-3 years from now.
Yeah.
If they do it, that'd be the earliest. Because I'm assuming if there's a volume 4, they're going to open it up to non-Japanese studios again.
Yeah, maybe.
So it could be season 5 we get a thing. So it's a few years away. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. That's The Bounty Hunters, episode 4. Episode 5, Yuko's Treasure. So I'll give you my overall thoughts first. I kind of hated this episode.
Really?
I don't know. It was just, I didn't like how nothing mattered.
Mm.
It's like, okay, a guy's trying to find the treasure. Cool. I guess it's an okay story moving forward. The guy's trying to track down these parents that had this treasure. Blah blah blah. They find the vault.
I think, from the pirates originally.
Maybe, I don't know. And then it's just
like.
it's like, oh, I was keep. So then the bear droid is like, oh, I was gonna keep this a secret. All this hidden lair that we have down here, this giant, huge facility.
Yeah, and
like,
and a
why aren't
ship.
you living there? Why aren't you just living there anyway? Like, why are you keeping it a secret type of thing? And it's like, oh, well, you're too young to fly a ship, and we were gonna wait. But since you know about it,
happy birthday,
let's go. Like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And it was just weird. And I didn't really like the bear droid thing.
Yeah.
Like, why did it have to be a droid? Why couldn't you just? I thought it was like an actual, like, just
because it died a couple times.
species.
So they're like, let's make it a droid.
And it's kind of funny if you look at the credits. It's Billy is his name, which is like, what was it? It was an acronym. Boy, I love you is what it stands for, which is weird. But then also in the credits, it's Billy, a boy, I love you / Darth Billy or Darth Bear or whatever. So it's like, because he gets reprogrammed to be bad or whatever. But like, it was just funny that they called him Darth Bear or whatever it was. But I don't know. It's just like, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you
I liked it? It was on Tatooine. What's not to like? It was on Tatooine. Yeah. I think the kid characters were fun. The bear was like an interesting concept. I agreed. Like, I didn't realize it was a droid until it died. And then they're like, don't worry about the droid. Like, forget about the...
Until it died? Like, not when it opened up the meal at the beginning of the episode. Like, hey, your food's done.
I think I was distracted. Like, I didn't see that part.
Oh. Microwave belly, which is just... Okay.
But I don't know. Like, it's so Japanese. Like, that bear art style. Like it's just so it just was so Japanese. So like that didn't, like, it bothered me in the sense like it just didn't really fit in Star Wars. But at the same time, it like kind of does for what like this what Visions is supposed to be, you know. So it kind of worked. And that other boy was pretty cool. Like he was, I don't know.
Oh, the other
Yeah,
kid. I can't
starts
remember
with
what
an
his name
S.
was.
I don't know. Either way, like,
Sula or
yeah,
something like that.
Sola.
Sola.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I enjoyed it. Like it was definitely like a throwaway. Like it doesn't matter, obviously, but the art style was cool, and like the concept of it was sweet. But I do agree, like the whole, like, why was there a whole village down there? Like it didn't really make sense why they weren't down there hiding down there. And also, like, there was more materials and it was better to live down there. But
Yeah. Maybe it was just because there was a giant crate dragon down there.
yeah. And like
But
maybe it was also because it just like he didn't want the kid to remember all that stuff about his parents yet because
I
he's
don't
too
know.
young. But yeah.
All right. Well, scene by scene opens up with another flashback. Like we used to get a lot of flashbacks. Space battle is baby waking up during space battle. Parents are flying and like getting attacked, trying to get away. Blah blah blah. It's like a dream state. So the kid wakes up to it. Um, but he gets up, goes out, and then like the bear droid is there named Billy, making him breakfast or whatever, and it's the kid's birthday, blah blah blah, and then but Billy has to go out and sell water, and so he's a moisture farmer. He's like, I gotta go sell it to the Jawas. Kid doesn't want him to go, but hey, I gotta do it. I gotta make money, blah blah blah. And so then we find out we're on Tatooine, uh, and it goes to our famous cantina, and some other random kid runs in, like, hey, he had like a bounty puck basically. Like, have you seen these two people? They're like
They're wanted.
I forget what he wanted, blah blah blah. And the bartender is like, no, never seen him. And kids aren't allowed in here. Well, it's a business, blah blah blah. And did you get yourself into trouble, kid? No, I'm just doing a job, blah blah blah. Um, oh, they're called smugglers. That's what they're called.
Mm.
Trying to find them. And so then the kid's running around the marketplace, and he shows one market guy. Have you seen these? And Billy is
He's
standing
like, they're
there.
my lost family. That's what he told that guy.
Yeah. And so then Billy obviously knows that they're being hunted, that they're being tracked to this planet or whatever. And so he's like, I gotta go. And so he tries to get back, like make his way back to their house, but then Yuko, the kid that was left back, got on a little speeder thing and got into town and crashed into the Jawa's water and landed up in a bunch of garbage or whatever. And then, are you okay? Are you okay? Like, yeah, we gotta go home. Let's get out of here. Well, then the other kid, Sola, he's following them through the desert and sees them going, blah blah blah. And then he notices something in because he's like has like the little like
He has like
binocular
Luke's
things.
goggles.
Yeah, and so he goes back to his boss. So I kind of like the style of the boss,
Yeah,
like
he
his
looked
look.
like Egyptian dog. Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought it was
that's
cool.
what I was thinking. But they mention like also in the credits, it was something like something Fox or
Mm.
whatever. So, but yeah, very like Egyptian dog style, like mummy dog that you kind of see, that's kind of familiar with. I like that style, and if I remember correctly, voiced by Steve Buscemi. So if you know he's like doesn't he's not like huge. He was like more famous back in the day, but I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's a name that I know. So that was the main villain guy, and they have a Twilight girl, pink Twilight girl. I forget her name,
She reminded me
but
a lot of like
Harley
Yeah, I
Quinn.
literally was gonna say that.
I was the whole episode like this is like Harley Quinn as a child, but
With
technically Harley Quinn was not crazy when she was a child. It wasn't until she was corrupted by
the Joker.
the
Yeah.
Joker, right? Well, at least that's what it was in the movies. I don't know what the comic books
Yeah.
are,
It was like a Harley
but
Quinn and like Two-Face was like dog. Like it wasn't like Joker.
right. And so then there's like this weird blue guy that kind of looked like the little yellow birds from Snoopy, but like
Oh,
human
I was thinking
size.
more looked like a dinosaur.
Kind of old dinosaur, like that weird. I don't know,
What's that dinosaur called?
the
Yeah, without
Triceratops,
horns though. Like
kind of like that. But I was just kind of like looks like something else familiar. And then they have these stupid pink minion
yeah.
things. I don't know what the heck they were. They're just like these. They didn't even do
They
anything.
were just there.
They're
Their
just
space.
they're just there. Like there's the first
It
time you see there's like three of them
That's
sitting
what I
together, and
really
later in the
liked about it, because
episode,
like later on, it feels like it's like a Pokemon. Like that was like Team Rocket, and they're like running with like their like guys, and like even like when they get knocked out, it has like the circle. You know what I mean? Like it was very animation, like old school animation style. So I thought that was fun. Like it was just fun. Miles loved it, so I think that's another reason why I enjoyed it.
right? Um, so the kid shows them, the recording of what he saw. And like that's that droid they have with them. That it's like a little like
Triangle.
cone shaped,
It's like a
like
spinner, but upside down.
right, like a little triangle
Spear. Yeah.
cone thing, like the size of maybe like I was pretty small. It was only like maybe like a foot
Mhm.
tall or something. And that's the same. It's like that's the same droid type that's in the picture of the hologram for the smugglers.
Mhm.
And I think they're the
And that's the only
same,
time we've seen that droid.
right? And so then the boss was like, "All right, cool. Did you get their location? Yep. Well, we're gonna go there and
Destroy. Kill
kill
him.
them, kill their, destroy their base or whatever, and to find them." So then the kid's super scared about this, so he gets on his speeder and just goes. So it's weird that one, the boss didn't know that the kid left. Two, how the kid beat them to the house before this starship gets there.
Because he knew
I
exactly
don't know.
where to go, and the starship probably had to like still kind of figure it out.
I don't know, but it still should get there faster. I don't know. It was kind of weird. So Sola, he's banging on the door. The pirates are coming. They're gonna here to blow up your house. Blah blah blah. Well, too late. They're already there. Start blowing it up. Um, and then let's see. So the boss gets into the house, and Billy's trying to protect Yuko, and he's like, "Where's the treasure?" And Billy's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. There's no treasure here. You're mistaken." Blah blah blah. And then I don't know. He doesn't believe him. Blah blah blah. And I forget what happens. Did they take the kid? Did they take Yuko? No. How did
No, they took the bear.
it took the bear to go to? But like he said to let the kid go, and then I will. I don't know. Somehow they get separated. I don't remember exactly how it played out, but like, cause like the girl doesn't the girl take? I don't know. I don't remember. I was kind of confused. But whatever. The bear takes them. That I'll take you to the treasure. Just don't harm the kid. And then Yuko and Sola are by themselves, and Yuko's like, "Well, I'm gonna go save Billy. We're gonna go track. I can track his signal." And so they end up tracking to some canyon out in the middle of Tatooine somewhere, and they enter into this facility. And it's like this giant, huge facility, kind of like one of those like dropping points like in Coruscant, but like much smaller. But it's just like huge, and it has all these cone droids building everything and putting everything together and working and stuff. Like, this is weird. They're all the same droid that Yuko has. Blah blah blah. Like, this is weird. I didn't know this was here. But they get in an elevator thing and they go down. And so while this is happening, Billy brings them to this vault. And well, the vault can't be open unless you have like a handprint. And he like shoots. Then like the bad guy shoots Billy down. All right, we're gonna reprogram him or something like that. So then the Yuko and Sola, they're walking through the caves, and you see a giant creature behind them walking in the dark. They stop and look back, and they don't see him. And then they start walking more. Oh, there's something following us, and then it's the cone droid turns a brighter light on it, and you see. So I think it's supposed to be a crate dragon.
Yeah.
Doesn't really look exactly like a crate dragon, but it has like all the different bunch of different legs or feet or whatever. And they start getting chased. Well, while this is happening, the Twilight girl and the other blue kid are like walking the opposite direction, so they run into each other as they're being chased, and then they're all getting chased. And then it breaks through a wall, and they all fall, and then the crate dragon falls down into the abyss while everyone else lands on the area where the vault is. Well, Billy's there, and he was reprogrammed, and he has a cape, a black cape on, and now he's a Darth. He's a bad guy, so he's just attacking. Yuko is like, you don't have to do this, blah, blah, blah. Stop, you don't got to do this. Well, then Sola, he jumps in. He has like a sword or stick or
like
something.
A staff,
He's like
Ray.
staff or whatever, fighting Billy. And so Yuko, he goes to the treasure, puts his hand on a thing, and it's enough to open up the vault. And like, perfect. And so then they go, and the villain looks in there with everybody else, all the minions, and there's like one coin or something, gold credit on the ground, and that was it. And so then they start running because the crate dragon comes back, and everyone's getting chased, and then something like, I don't know, this is like they're running, and then like they all fall down the abyss again and die, I guess.
Mm.
And then then the three go back: Billy, Yuko, and Sola.
They took the cape off of Billy.
Oh yeah, because in the fight, it's like a helmet that was on top that like
it's like a Batman
attached.
cape, essentially.
Yeah, and it had like the dome on it, I think, and like when that came off, it was back to normal. So they go into like the vault and like, this doesn't make sense. Like, what, this empty vault, blah blah blah. And Billy's like, oh, because this is more to it. And they walk in, there's a circle on the floor, and they step on that, and it lowers them down, and it's just like a home where they used to live.
It shows a bunch of holograms of his childhood and stuff with his parents.
Yep. And then it's just there's one more thing I want to show you, and it's the starship. Like, oh, cool, I have my own starship, cool, blah, blah, blah. And like, yeah, I'll teach you how to fly. And so then the three of them live happily ever after.
Pretty much.
Like, that was it.
It was entertaining. It was fun.
It was okay.
Well, you know what's not okay?
So,
that's really
what's not
good?
okay? What?
Our sponsor for today.
Yeah, who's that?
Come on, Drew. Andrews, you can do it. Coffee and tea.
And that's it.
They're really good. Consistent.
Really good. Yep. So, since Drew doesn't know how to do a commercial break,
I'm just waiting for you.
If you just discovered a secret hidden lair and vault, and you want to take a moment to calm yourself and take it all in, what better way than to drink some coffee or tea from Wesley Andrews Coffee and Tea out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. So let's take a little commercial break and take a listen to this.
Hey everyone, Andrew here. I'm pleased to tell you that the sponsor of today's episode is Wesley Andrews Coffee and Tea. If you don't know anything about Wesley Andrews, you definitely should. They're an award-winning coffee roaster and shop in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and they make fantastic coffee. The awesome thing is that whether you live in the Twin Cities or not, you can get their coffee beans delivered straight to your door by ordering them online. They even have a subscription service that ensures you never run out of amazing coffee. If you've been looking for some new coffee to try or a way to elevate your normal coffee routine, now's your chance. Head over to wesleyandrews.cc, use the code EMPIRERADIO, that's with a capital E and a capital R with no space at checkout, to get 15% off your first purchase of any bags of coffee or a coffee subscription. I can't think of a better deal. Get 15% off some great coffee, support a small business, and support your favorite Star Wars podcast. In the words of Emperor Palpatine, do it.
Do it. All right. Fun. All right, so that was Yuko's Treasure. Moving on to episode 6, possibly everyone's most anticipated review coming from me, if you've been a long-time listener or you've listened to all of our episodes in a short time. The Lost Ones, the sequel episode to The Village Bride, which is one of my favorite things in Star Wars from Volume 1. So before my thoughts, Drew, I want to hear your thoughts on this episode.
I liked it. It was cool. The art style, like, I like parts of it. I'm not the biggest fan of that art style, but then, like, there's parts that look like so real, like the Star Destroyer,
Story, yeah.
looked amazing. There's like certain ships that looked sweet, and I really enjoyed the story and like how it was like her former like master and like all that stuff. Like I thought it was a really cool concept, and then also like the planet that she was on and how like their whole planet was destroyed pretty much by the Empire, and the Empire abandoned their planet, and then they still like trusted the Empire, which I thought was interesting too. So it was a cool
You
story.
think they trusted the Empire?
Well, the one blonde did for right away because he's like, "Don't worry, the Empire will bring it back and fix it and fix everything. They just haven't listened to our messages."
Because they're saying when we tell them.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
So, but then that one, like Theo was like, no, it's not gonna happen. But so, and like the whole concept about how like they're like mining that material and it like froze his parents, and like it was a really cool concept. So, yeah, I liked it a lot. I'm really curious, and if Jeremiah liked it at all.
So, if you've been listening for a long time, you know that I absolutely love The Village Bride from Volume 1. So amazing. I did a 25-minute PowerPoint presentation. This was like over 4 years ago that we did that breakdown. So, really, really high expectations for this episode. And so, the reason why I liked that first episode so much was because it had my favorite form of storytelling, which is show, don't tell.
Yeah.
And in that first episode, like you're experiencing everything with the main character F, that's her name, the Jedi, and you're learning with her, and it's just the way they unfold the story. It's really good. Also, the sound design and the music in that first episode was amazing, and so was in short. That's why I like that episode so much. And so this one, I was like, okay, how are they going to do this? What's the story going to be? Are they going to do any of the same form of storytelling? What about the sound design? Blah, blah, blah. That's why I was like, what are they going to do? So immediately, like, the episode opens up and, you catch the sound design. Like some of the sound design stuff, the sound effects are like very deliberate, very simple. Like they wanted you to hear that. I was like, okay, it's the same studio. They're doing the same thing. You get some of the music. Cool. And so, but the first time watching the episode, I was really disappointed.
Really?
I was like, I just didn't. I didn't feel like
The same.
it wasn't the same form of storytelling that it was in the first episode. So I was like disappointed by that. And I was like, there was like two different stories, I think, going on. I felt like I was like, okay, they open it up on a planet with the carbonite gas leaking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, okay, so she's going to like try and save the day on this planet. And then like the second half is this her fighting her former master. And I was like, the opening, yeah, it mattered because how she kills her master is with the gas. Okay, cool. But I was like, there was just too much going on. And then I was like, I don't know. I was kind of disappointed. Because like what we do every season of Volume of Visions is like we rank all 9 episodes on the last episode breakdown. So don't forget to do that, Drew. Rank all the episodes.
Yes.
And so I was like, I started ranking. I was like, I kind of had us down on the bottom, towards the middle bottom of the list. But I watched it again a few hours before we started, and I think I like it a lot better than I did originally.
Oh, really? You were just like so disappointed of like the story that you kind of like, right? You don't like this.
I think it was just I still think that it wasn't the same storytelling because it was like in the first one it's one straight story from beginning to end. Here it's multiple stories, like the carbonite stuff, you got the refugee stuff, you got the master stuff. It's a very different type of storytelling. But I still like the structure that it did come together, but I still think it came together very conveniently. Like they just happened to be on the planet with the carbonite.
Oh yeah.
And that's how she was able to, and it just happened to be her former master on the Star Destroyer and whatever. But I still, the second time I did like it a lot more. I felt like the character of F, like her story, if you're focusing on her, it makes more sense. I think obviously the stuff with her master is the best part, but I still feel like it should have focused on her and her master like the whole episode, not just that second half. But the whole thing with like her fake leg, because like in the first episode, like you do that thing like at the final battle, like her like shoe like opens up and then she like runs. I was like, oh, we learned here that she had a fake leg, so that's what it was. But then, like, I don't know. It was just like they used that as a way to like introduce that mechanic lady or whatever. Juna, is that her name? Juna, the droid. Like she's just like a handyman type of person. I don't know. I still have it ranked out. I'll have it kind of ranked higher up on my list for next week, but
it wasn't like exactly what you wanted.
Right. Obviously. I think if it was more straightforward, like a straight linear story, like it was the first time around, like and more focused on her master, it would have been like again at the top probably. But because it was like different storylines going on at the same time to like make one conclusion, it kind of took away. But I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do another episode in another future season because like I felt like they didn't need one for this episode. For first episode, they didn't need a sequel, but they did it anyway. So who knows? But I don't know. I still think the carbonite stuff is cool though. The concept of it being a gas and what that really means.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can jump into scene by scene. So opens up a cave. They're in some person's in a cave with a suit on, like a hazmat suit type thing, and they're like extracting a yellow liquid from like a crystal or stone or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Well, who knows what this is? Whatever. They're just on this planet, and then it goes to we see right away. F is there. Her ship that she had from episode 1 is there, but it's like smoking, so it's like broken. She's trying to fix it. She's making it worse. We see that she has a mechanical leg here, but she clearly needs help. We don't know why she's on the planet or why she's going there.
Yeah.
Kind of confusing, but she's there. Maybe it's just because she just had to crash land there, I guess. She goes out and scouts, and she sees the village that's, you can tell, has been not in the best of shape. Something happened there, but she sees people there. And so then it goes down to the crew that was like extracting. It's like a group of 3 or 4 people. And they got these vials of yellow liquid that they harvested, and like, hey, we got a bunch of them. Let's pack them up. And everybody's like, well, where's Theo? I don't know. Who knows? Blah, blah, blah. So they go to try and find Theo because a storm is coming. And they find Theo at his home. And he's super sad. He's like, I'm not leaving. I'm done. I'm staying here. And you see, like, in the living room, there is like a stone thing of 2 people hugging. And then you see like pictures on the wall of like a mother and daughter. Like, oh, so this is probably his wife and kid. They're like frozen in stone. Like, how did this happen? We don't know. Blah, blah, blah. Well, we got to go. The storm's coming. And then there's an earthquake, and then the house begins to collapse, and they're falling to their death. And then they stop in midair with the stones in midair. They get let down. Rubble covers them a little bit. And then it opens up, and there's F. Our girl, she's there. She saves the day. No one saw her use the Force, but...
It's highly implied.
Right. And so she's there, gets them out of the rubble, and the storm's coming. Big, huge, giant gray clouds coming over the mountains down into the city, and they're able to get onto their ship just in time, and they fly away. And so what we learn is that on this planet there was mining of carbonite, and then a war came, and they had to stop production. And because they stopped production kind of suddenly, it kind of compromised the mines, and carbonite in the form of gas just leaks when there's earthquakes. There's always earthquakes, and then gas leaks. And so we see the cloud go over and turn, like, which is interesting, like a flower turns to carbon. So carbonite, but all the houses and stuff seem to be fine. So I think carbonite only affects carbon-based things, living
material,
things.
Yeah.
So, which is... Obviously, this isn't canon, but if you think about, like, Han Solo's clothes, they get frozen in carbonite. So,
but they're made out of material from animals.
We don't know that.
No, I'm saying if.
Well, but I don't know if Han Solo is getting Gorman fabric from the Gorman planet.
His tauntaun leather jacket. I don't know.
Tauntaun leather jacket. So, and what we were learning was that like these guys that were extracting this liquid, they're like studying it, and so it's implying that they're trying to see if they can find a way to reverse the effects of carbonate, because obviously carbonate freezing, you get frozen carbonate and then they can get woken back up. So it's like, how does the science work with that? Like, is there a way to, when it's done wrong with the gas, to like reverse it? So they're trying to study it. That's why they're getting the samples. And so while they're talking there with F and explaining all this, a droid, a cool blue like droid on wheels, the like, size of a shoebox, comes in and goes straight to F's foot. Like it recognizes the foot or whatever, and everyone's like, "Huh? Do you know Juna? That must mean you know Juna, huh?" Well, then they get into space, and there's this giant like refugee cruiser, which we get to later on in the episode. We see it's like the size of a Star Destroyer. So it's basically like all the people from the planet evacuated to this giant transport, and they're just all living on this transport. So they're on this transport. They're at Juna's like shop or whatever, and Juna, she's like I never remember the species name. It's the Pong Krell / Dex species.
Yeah.
So she's just there. She's like a mechanic, droid smith type person.
Obi-Wan.
Yep. And she apparently gave F her artificial leg, animatronic leg.
And maybe that's why she... that would make sense. Why she went to the planet.
Oh, because her foot was messed up.
Yeah.
Because when it gets fixed, it's like it puts like a hologram over the mechanical. Okay.
So that's why she went there in the first place, to find her, to fix her foot. And then it was all destroyed.
Now. That makes sense.
Oh, I just made the episode a little better for Jeremiah. You guys heard it here first.
Something like that. Yep. But whatever. So F, she's not part of this planet, this population. So like everyone knows that she doesn't belong in a sense. So all these kids run up to her like, "Who are you? Where are you from? What kind of ship do you fly?"
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. And there's all these kids being kids, just like randomly asking all these questions. Blah blah blah. And she's like, it's kind of funny at the beginning, like when all the kids run up, like F, she like gets a little overwhelmed, like her eyes wide, and she looks at Juna like, "What is going on? I'm not prepared for all these little kids," whatever. But then F is like starts like teaching them about the galaxy, because one kid's like, "Is the Force real? I hear the Jedi are evil. I want to join the Empire." And she just ends up teaching them like, "No, you got to figure this out on your own. You have to have life experiences. You got to do your own research.
Like when I grow up," and it's like, don't grow up yet.
Yeah, come to your own conclusions. You got to figure things out. And it's like, not everything that people tell you is true. Not everything you see is true. Like, you got to figure it out. And then, so then after she gets her leg fixed, Juna's like, "Hey, you should teach. You could be useful here. Like, you'd be good for everybody, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "I don't know. I don't want to do that, blah, blah, blah." We get a flashback, and what's cool is the flashbacks for this are a different style of animation.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a flashback of F as a Padawan being trained by her master, and the master is this guy with really long, like almost white blonde hair. Now, if you remember from the first episode in season 1, The Village Bride, we learn that F's master is from that planet that she was on in the first episode. where the people had a strong connection with the Majina of the planet and connection with the planet. And, I rewatched that episode, The Village Bride, just before I rewatched this episode. And like half the people on that planet, which I never noticed before, had the very blonde, almost white hair. Like, okay, so that makes sense. Also, you see some red flowers in the first episode. And then later on, we'll see in this episode red flowers again. So there's this cool connection of consistency between like character and culture being reflected in the master in this episode, former master. And so in this flashback, F is very frustrated and is like, they're like fighting with sticks, and she's just getting obviously beat down by her master, who's a master, and she's a Padawan. Like, she can't fight well, and she feels like she's being treated unfair. It's because I'm small. You're being extra hard on me. And then he's like, Master Yoda is super small, but he's very strong in the Force. Like, do you look down on him, type of thing? And I just kind of frustrated her. So that was like a flashback. So as this is going on, a Star Destroyer appears out of hyperspace, the Oppressor. Very good looking animated Star Destroyer. Almost looks like live action. It's super good. And they're like, we know there's a Jedi on board, and turn yourself in or we're going to destroy this entire ship and innocent lives will be lost. And it's like, well, how did they know there was a Jedi on the ship? Doesn't make sense. Well, Theo, we find out, he calls it in because he wants the Empire to come and help his people, type of thing, like you mentioned earlier. And like, we don't need her on this ship. And so the other main guy, his name is Ron. He's like worried and mad and upset that Theo would do this, but he kind of understands. And so F is like, I gotta turn myself in. I can't put you guys in danger. And so then Ron's like, I'm coming with you. And I'm just gonna, in quotation marks, turn you in because I reported you, type of thing. I'm gonna go get my reward. So they go to the Star Destroyer, they land, and they walk out. Like, hey, look at this cool! Look at everyone's like welcoming us. I want to get my reward. And like, who are you? I'm the guy that found this Jedi and turning him in. I want a reward. Where's my reward? And the officer is super kind of annoyed. Like, sure, we'll figure something out. And they're like, well, we'll bring F to Zero. Like, oh, who's Zero? What's Zero? What is that? And I didn't think about it at the time, but like I saw someone else on YouTube be like, Zero the
Hut.
The Hut.
Oh,
for a second. That one really funny. But F is brought into this room, which is essentially the volume that they filmed The Mandalorian in, like the big LED screen walls. Which is kind of funny that it's, it's volume. The season is called Volumes, and then it's the volume. But then Star Wars uses the volume, and they put, I don't know. There's another thing like a little sus. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. And so the volume walls have nice clear blue skies with some clouds, and then the ground is covered in reddish orange flowers, which are the same flowers that we see a little bit in season 1. And she's like, this is confusing. What is going on here? And she sees off in the distance someone turn around with very long, blonde, almost white hair. And she's shocked. And he turns around. And his name is Shad Ra. That's what she knows him as. And he's like, my name is Zero now. And so he's basically is implied to be like an inquisitor now.
Yep.
I don't know. I felt like he should have had like some Inquisitor outfit on, something to like make it look like he
More
changed,
obvious.
more obvious. But like he's wearing like this, he looks the same as he did when he was a Jedi Master. So,
Yeah.
but whatever, doesn't really matter. And so he just explains. She's like, "How is this possible? I saw you die. Like, this doesn't make. How are you still alive?" He's like, "Oh, I did die, but I got a second chance somehow. So we don't really know how that worked, but apparently the Empire found him and resuscitated him, and then made him into an Inquisitor. That's basically. It's not really explained. It's just kind of stated, and then her saber comes out on a podium thing because it was taken from her, which is kind of weird. It's like they take the saber away, and then like they gotta like deliver it to a pneumatic tube system to like raise it up in the middle of this thing, like
to
I don't
make
know.
it dramatic.
It would have been cooler if like she got escorted into the volume with like some troopers or whatever, and they were holding onto it, and then the master like used the force to pull the saber from the trooper's hand and was holding it the whole time, and then when he was ready to fight, throw her saber back type of thing.
Yeah,
it would have made more sense, but whatever. And so we should say during all this thing, Ron, he's somehow is sneaking around the ship with a plan. And what is his plan? Well, he has all those vials of the carbonite gas in liquid form. And so he just like puts them everywhere around, like, I don't know, what were they, like the engine room or whatever. Same like Obi-Wan Kenobi in episode 4.
pretty much the same thing.
When he's like sabotaging the ship, like it's like that same engine room type thing. So he's just placing these vials everywhere. Like, oh dang, they're gonna explode all these vials and everyone's gonna turn to carbonite. It's gonna be kind of crazy. So he's doing that, blah blah blah, and then so during the stuff in the volume, we learn Shadra's like mindset of like the Jedi, like their actions and bad decisions led to the war, and the war killed me. Therefore, I hate the Jedi. They need to be destroyed. And he says to F, like, either you can help me end the Jedi, or I will just kill the last Jedi, implying join me and not be a Jedi anymore, or I'm going to kill you, and then there's no more Jedi. And then we also learn that he specifically hates F because F ran away when he died.
Yeah.
Bro, you died.
Yeah.
She's a kid. Like, why, of course she's going to run away. Like, what do you want her to do? And so he's like, so it's this whole thing of like, Spider, like, I hate the war that killed me. I hate the Jedi that caused the war. And therefore I hate you because you're a Jedi and you also abandoned me. He's like, so he's just a whiner. Like, yeah, whatever. And so when they're about to fight, the Ron pushes the button, blows up all the vials of carbonite gas, and so then everyone's getting turned into carbonite. The ship gets blown, like the engine room gets blown up, so then the ship is starting to crash. Everything's going down. The volume projection turns off, so now you just see like a glass to the outside to see space. And so then they're about to fight, and she's just like, my master taught me to help people and to save people and to, unite people will bring peace and all this stuff. And when she's like explaining, like she says, like the whole thing about my master taught me that, bringing people together will build peace. Like he goes to him and he's like, huh. Like, you got me there type of thing. Like, he's like, I
Mhm.
remember saying that. But he's like, but she's like, I'm going to stick to my master's teachings because that's what he taught me, and he was a good master. And so then they're about to duel, and then she has some really cool moves. Like, she jumped up in the air, she's like spinning,
Mhm.
and he cuts off her arm with the saber, and then in the
He
next
pulls a high ground somehow and cuts her legs off and her arm.
yeah, so then the second swing takes both her legs off. So she lost one real arm, one real leg, and one fake leg. So like, I thought at first she just lost her fake leg again.
Yeah, so did I.
And I didn't realize her arm got cut off until like later when we see her without an arm. It's like because her saber goes, I thought he just like hit it so hard that she dropped it. But what's cool is because it goes in slow motion. You see her like put her hand on his shoulder as she's flipping over and is
Mhm.
missing one arm and two legs. I'm like, that's very interesting. Why did she do that? Did you notice that too? And then, like, why did she do that?
Yeah, I thought it was like really interesting. Like the way she lost it too was like she almost like knew that that was the only thing she could do, and she was willing to risk everything for it essentially.
Yeah. And so she lands on the ground defeated, and he's like something along the lines of like, you could never beat me in a duel, like you're just a child or basically whatever. And I didn't notice this at first, like the first time watching it, or even I guess the second time I didn't watching it until like I kind of went back a little bit and rewatched the fight a third time. Was like, you see on his clothes
It's
is
slowly changing, yeah.
starting to turn gray and getting closer to his body, and you see him like then like shudder when it like almost like his whole shoulder is gray, and it goes to behind him, the camera view, and there's a vial stabbed into his shoulder of the carbonite.
Mhm.
And then you see the carbonite coming in or whatever from his shoulder, like big cloud coming off of his body type of thing. And he realizes he's been defeated because she says like, I don't need to, what was it, like, defeat you to win, or I can still defeat you without knowing skills or something like that. And he says to her, my, how you have grown.
Yeah.
And that was now her former master saying that to her, and she like, master. So it's kind of like that scene Ahsoka versus Vader in
Yeah.
Rebels when she slices off half his mask and he refers to her as Ahsoka. It's like, that's Anakin speaking, and she's like, Anakin. Like, it was kind of like that moment of popping out of the dark side type of thing. So that was really cool. So then he turns carbonite, and she's just laying there in this flower field with one leg. Like, well, that's it. Like, what am I going to do? Type of thing. And so this ship is falling apart. It's about to crash
Freezing
into,
within. Yeah.
yeah. And so then, because of that, the cargo or the freight ship or whatever with all the people on it, like, Ron is like, hey, guys, the ship's going down. This is your opportunity to get out of here. Go, go, go. And like, I'll catch up with you. And so they hyperspace out of there, and they almost like hit each other a little bit, but so they're like right next to each other. So like that cargo ship, transport ship, was the same size as a Star Destroyer, and so it takes off, and then Ron comes to the rescue and finds her laying in the field. Like, all right, we gotta go. Like,
Mhm.
ship's going down, and so the droid Lulu was flying the ship back. I escaped off the destroyer and then came back, to the volume like glass. So I don't know if like how like they got out of that room. It didn't show, but there must have been like a door or something right there they could connect to. Whatever, who knows? But she gets rescued, and a flashback of just her and her master just walking down a dirt road. He gives her a Melu run. They're laughing. That was like a memory she had.
Mhm.
And then
You
it
see
goes
the
to like
ship
the
crash.
ship crashes and like explodes, and then like when they're on their own ship, you see like the big giant fireball on the planet. So that's how big the explosion was from a Star Destroyer crashing into the planet. It was this giant ball of fire, basically. But they start talking, Ron and F, and like, hey, thanks. And I think he said something about we gotta go see Juna to get you some legs and arms, but that was that.
Yeah.
So, like I said, second time watching it, I think it was a lot better and went higher up on my list for rankings of the season, but nowhere near as good as The Village Bride. So,
Yeah. Different story, but I think the way it was executed was really well. And I really liked the carbonite aspect of the story. I thought it was really cool.
oh, yeah, that was another thing. Like the whole sus thing was like in the what do you call it? The Rebuild the Galaxy season 2. The Landolorian had those carbonite grenades that like poofed in the smoke.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this another same thing? I don't know. Like,
Yeah. I wonder
whatever.
if we'll see a version of that in the Mando Grogu movie.
I think they should introduce the gas thing in the canon somehow. Whether it's
Yeah.
the vials or the grenades.
They
Like, I
probably
think that's
will.
a really cool like variation of something we already know in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because all we know is just like the carbonite thing that bounty hunters use. We don't know a lot
Because
about.
we see like in episode 5, right? It's like this big room and it's like a big situation. And then we see it in The Mandalorian, and he has a version of that on his ship where he can freeze people.
Yeah.
So it's like slowly getting smaller, like technology, everything slowly gets smaller. So it makes sense that maybe in the Grogu movie there'll be like those bombs actually.
Maybe.
Like
Kinda cool.
the Mandalorian girl is like, oh, I got this new trick for you. And she's like building them, like the whistling birds.
The armorer has a carbonite, Beskar carbonite something weapon. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, so next week, last 3 episodes, and you haven't watched them, right?
Nope.
There's an episode. I'll say this: don't watch the last episode with Miles.
Really? Okay.
It's not like bad. There's nothing like bad, but you probably don't want to watch it with Miles, just so you know.
Okay.
It's definitely the most unique thing in all of Star Wars. How about that? But
Right.
most unique, but probably the shortest discussion on anything we've ever had in Star Wars. Let's say that. Oh, Will finally shows up. Bro, it just gave me the notification. Like the notification
In Discord?
No, because Discord notification went up. All right, like right away. Well, thanks, Will, we just finished all the breakdowns. We're about to do voicemails in a second, but yeah, next week, last 3 episodes, be a fun discussion, I think. And then that's that. And then what do we have? I forget what we have on the schedule. Oh, so next week we have the last week of Visions, and after that we have an EU with Andrew.
Ooh.
And then we're off for, we would say Thanksgiving, but I'm saying Stranger Things season 5, first 4 episodes that night, which I don't know if I can watch all 4 episodes. If they're all over an hour, I don't know if I'll be able to.
But what time does it come out?
It comes out at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So like I'll get home like around 7.
Oh, you work on Wednesday?
I work on Wednesday because of the holiday. But like,
I'm gonna stay up and
but
watch
if all the episodes are over an hour long or something,
we don't work Thanksgiving. Just
I know. But I also live in an apartment, and I can't be blaring my surround sound system
tomato. Just
with Vecna wreaking havoc and stuff. Did you see the trailer that they had?
No, I haven't
last
watched
week?
any.
Bro.
I was like, I'm not gonna watch it,
dude.
because I'm like deep into season 4 and I don't really remember it that well. So,
dude, it's nuts what's happening. But that's all I can say. But any more thoughts on either 3 of these episodes from tonight, Drew?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, let's transition over to everyone's favorite time of every episode, voicemail time.
It's voicemail time.
All right. Well, we have a jam-packed night tonight. We have 6 voicemails tonight.
Okay.
First one from a first-time sender. One of my favorite names.
Ooh.
From someone named Mr. Crunchy Dirt. So let's take a listen.
Hello, Empire Radio. This is Mr. Crunchy Dirt here. I just got done listening to your Han Solo episode. I'm a little bit behind. It's okay. Don't worry about it. But Garrett had a great question about your favorite X-Wing moments. And I don't quite like inserting myself into your guys' stuff very much. I want to let you do your thing because you're great at it. But I feel somebody has to mention the scene in Empire Strikes Back where Yoda pulls the X-Wing from the swamp. Is one of my favorite scenes in all of Star Wars, and it 100% applies to a favorite X-Wing moment.
That's fair.
Anyway, you guys are doing a great job. I just had to get that in there. Have a good rest of your week.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Crunchy Dirt. Hope to hear from you again sometime, because you can always insert
Feel free
your
to
opinions.
insert yourself into it. That's
voicemails
what makes it fun.
Are for, so if you want to make a comment about anything, go right ahead. Like you said, as long as it's family friendly. So you can participate in voicemail questions as well. But he wanted to make his comment about a favorite X-Wing moment, and his is from episode 5, Yoda lifting the X-Wing out of the water. So
that
is a very, like, yes, technically that is a X-Wing.
That is the X-Wing moment.
So some would say it's on a technicality, but yeah, that is a good scene. That's like the greatest, like up until that point, like the biggest use of force that we've seen. We see
for sure.
The whole tiny little Yoda taking that giant X-Wing out of the water and proving Luke wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope we hear from you again in the near future. We'd like to maybe get a little origin story on that name, Mr. Crunchy Dirt. How did you come to that?
Are you a farmer or something? You gotta let us know.
Or maybe when he was a kid, he
crunched some dirt.
Like to eat some dirt or something. A dirt eater. I don't know.
You're a mud pyre kind of guy.
Is there a Mrs. Crunchy Dirt also? Like what's why Mr.? Because the Mr. sometimes you're just kind of doing that with a Mr. and Mrs. I don't know. Let us know. Fun. All right. Thank you for that. Next up, we have 3 voicemails from a return voicemail sender from Sebastian.
Ooh.
Remember where he's from?
Ireland?
No, that's
Australia.
No.
Okay. I don't.
From Hungary. From a couple months ago.
My bad.
Sebastian from Hungary. So we asked him questions when he sent in originally.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
And now he's finally returning back with the answers to those questions. So so he has 3 of them. So let's take a listen to number 1.
Hey, Empire Radio. It's Sebastian the Great here from Hungary. Actually, to be more precise, from the Netherlands, as we are living here at the moment. Sorry for not replying earlier. I was quite busy. I just got a new job, so life goes on. I wanted to get back on you guys about your last episode, about the first 3 episodes of Visions. These kind of animes are really not my thing, but I do watch them as they are also Star Wars content, so I cannot miss them. I kind of enjoyed the first 3 episodes. They're not going to be my favorite Star Wars content, but I definitely had a short good time on them. To get back on the first episode, you were talking about that little monkey thingy that was responsible for that gambling thing. I believe that it was the species of Babu Freak, if you remember from episode 9, and I believe that we are going to meet them in The Mandalorian and Grogu also. So I think that might have been that kind of species, although I'm not sure.
All right. Thank you, Sebastian.
I was going to say, that would make sense why it needed a voice changer.
Yeah, a lot of people were thinking so it's an Anzellan. That's the name of that species.
Yeah.
A lot of people were saying that, but like Anzellans like speak basic, but it's like a broken basic.
Yeah.
But like I don't know if they also have like their own native language. Also,
they must.
That would need a translation, but
yeah,
possibly we don't know. It's also
I don't think we'll ever know.
We'll never know, unless maybe
they come out.
Wikipedia might have that on there, like they do like episode breakdown, like
chat, help us out. Look it up. The duel. What's the
payback? But also like is like Wikipedia? That's not like officially by Lucasfilm or whatever. So
no,
like
it's not.
Technically, it's just what the people that run it say it is.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's any like official publication.
It's like Wikipedia.
So, but yes, it could be an end zone. Good eye for that. Mm-hmm. He says that he's actually living in the Netherlands, not in Hungary. So that's pretty cool. I had some friends from college recently moved to the Netherlands. Oh, and the guy, he got a job at, was it Guerrilla Games, the video game company.
Oh, sick.
And so like he posted that like he got a new job at Guerrilla Games. So I asked the question like, "Hey, when's Horizon 3 coming out?"
Yeah, for real.
And he just like laughed, emojied it or whatever.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I don't think he's like involved like
that.
In the midst of like a middle of a game development, but
hopefully not. That would be
Guerrilla Gaming. If you're listening, let me know when Horizon 3 comes out because I love that series. Do you have any other questions or comments that we're missing?
No.
I don't think so. All right. Thank you for that. Let's go to number 2.
And to continue the voicemail, because 1.5 minutes is like way too short. You asked me a couple of things a while back about Hungary and about like how Star Wars is there. Well, it's huge. So it has always been huge. My uncle, who is the generation of the first original trilogy, he had these VHS recordings of the first 3 episodes, the original ones, so like the real original ones. And that's pretty much what I grew up on, watching that really scratchy looking, bad quality re-recordings, painted little like small lightsabers drawn on the side of the VHS cassette. So that was crazy. I'm more a prequel generation. I was born in '94, so I'm pretty much dead. So yeah, Star Wars is there in Hungary. Also, we have a 501 Legion with 50 members in the country.
Ooh, cool.
I believe that's kind of the equivalent of like a really small state in the US. So that's pretty much that. And I'll come back to you with one last recording.
Is he getting on a train? I think.
I don't know. Maybe
That's what
we
it
heard
sounds
the
like.
chimes in the background. Yorechi says in the chat, Google says that he is an Anzellan. All right, cool. If it's on the internet, it must be true.
Must be true.
So that's pretty cool that the 501st Legion in
that's cool.
Hungary. That's like I didn't expect that at all. I was like, he said, I think 50 members or so. That's pretty cool. But watching the original trilogy on like VHS, like recorded off TV VHS, not just like they bought the thing, like they recorded it, so it's even
I would
worse
love
quality.
to watch that, bro. I would so watch that because it is like also like the commercials probably that they recorded it from. Oh, what I would give to sit down and watch that version.
Does Delta fly to Hungary?
We find close enough. We can figure it out. So
yep. Well, maybe you have to go visit Sebastian.
Yes.
And he can track down.
He's not in Hungary anymore, though, right?
Well, yeah, but
he
has to go home and visit.
Sure.
I don't even know how far the Netherlands is from Hungary. Hungary is like Eastern Europe, right? Eastern, like southeastern, southeastern type, something like that. And Netherlands is like Northern Europe, Northwestern Europe, or something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I don't know. We're in America. We only know where America is because that's the one that matters.
America. Capital M.
What did I hear? Some comedian was like, Canada has the best border control. It's the United States of America.
Yeah. Good Lord. I've heard that.
Was there anything else in that one that you mentioned?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, let's listen to number 3 from Sebastian.
So this is going to be my last recording, I promise. But we have just been to Comic-Con Holland a couple of weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago or something like that. Me and my wife. I dressed up as Cal Kestis.
Oh, sweet.
I made my costume myself, and my wife was Padme Amidala. She was wearing like the black dress with the silver headpiece, the smaller one from episode 3. She was hot, and we really, really enjoyed it. We also happened to meet David Logan and Temuera Morrison, so it was a Boba Fett reunion. It was amazing. They were super, super nice. And also, we get to meet Emperor Palpatine, Ian McDiarmid. So it was amazing to meet those people and to listen to them. So yeah, I'm really happy and thankful that I get to see them and get some like Q&As with them. And to say goodbye, you asked me how may the force be with you in Hungarian. Az erő legyen veled.
Oh, that's so
Bye.
cool, bro. What the heck?
All right. Thank you, Sebastian. So that's cool. Holland Comic-Con. That's cool.
Also, like, the way they say it is so much cooler than ours. We got jumped off, bro.
What was I gonna say? But I don't know. For some reason, I always think like Comic-Con stuff is like an American thing, but
no,
other countries do. It's like Ian McDiarmid went all the way over to Holland.
Dude, that boy does not give up, bro. He needs to get paid.
Bro, that guy's like 80 years old. Like he's like traveling around the world.
That, dude.
Is he older than that?
I don't know. Look it up. He's old.
But
when I met him, he was like,
"How met him?
Hey, I met him, bro. How old was he when I met him? He was like 77 when I met him, and that was a while ago.
He is 81 years old.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
And he's like flying around the world getting paid, bro. This boy he's nonstop.
And he also met Daniel Logan and Tamora Morrison. So,
Which I would love to meet Tamora Morrison.
but we met one of the original Boba Fett
True. That's true.
actors.
That's actually true.
We have this was in 2020. Was that or 2021? I don't think it was 2020. It would have been too close to. It was in fall 2021, probably.
I think it was definitely after COVID.
Because it wouldn't have been in the midst of.
Or was it before COVID?
No, because we did a vlog for the
Oh,
podcast.
yeah.
So go on our YouTube and we have a vlog of when we went to Nerd and Out Con here in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
And
Twin Cities Con's this weekend.
It is this weekend.
Yeah.
And we're not going. But yeah, he was like one of the he was like a stand-in. He decided to like the original actor, the main actor was like offset that day, and they took a random stand-in extra. Like, hey, put this Boba Fett costume on in the stand here. So like all the stuff on Bespin.
Yeah,
is like this guy, and so we talked to him and asked him a few questions. So go check that out. He's a cool guy.
Yep.
I don't even know if he's alive anymore, but
I think so.
But
Ian McDermott's definitely older than that guy was.
I don't know, probably pretty close.
Yeah,
but it's cool that you dressed up as Cal Kestis.
Yeah, that's cool.
Nice to know that you have a hot wife. I don't know.
Yeah,
funny.
that's so funny, bro.
I was like, when I listened to that beforehand, like, oh, that caught me off guard. Like, oh, okay.
That was hilarious.
But that's cool that you get to like your wife also enjoys
Star Wars.
I'm assuming that means she enjoys Star Wars also. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, my wife would not dressed up as Star Wars.
Hey, she dressed up as a stormtrooper once, right?
True,
For
actually,
Halloween?
but that was before we were married. So, like,
That was before you were married?
I think
No. I thought that was a couple years before you started the podcast because you got married in 2014?
15.
15?
I don't know.
You got married in 14.
No, 15. We've been married for 10 years. Bro, I'm old, but not that old.
Okay.
Because we got married at because our anniversary is on the 3rd of the year, so it's like really early.
Right. I don't know. I wasn't invited, so I don't know.
Okay.
That was before we reconnected, so it doesn't really matter. What else did he say? Anything else? All right. Well, thank you, Sebastian.
Yeah, thanks for sending in that.
Yeah, hope to hear
Hear
from
more.
you again in the future. You're always welcome. If you have any other Star Wars fans, get them connected with Empire Radio too, and then have them send in voicemails. That'd be a lot of fun. Or if you have any friends in the Netherlands that you make that like Star Wars, we'd love to hear from them also.
Mm-hmm.
And if you happen to run into my old friend Daniel and his wife Faith that moved there, tell them I say hey, and have them send in a voicemail also. All right, cool. Well, next up we have a voicemail from Yaretsi. Let's take a listen.
Hey, Empire Radio, it's Yaretsi. It's got like nothing interesting to say. Those last 3 episodes of Visions, they're a bit boring, a bit questionable. I don't know if I liked them. I mean, they were good at times. Pretty boring at other times. My life slowed down a little bit with marching band season. Slowing down. Our football team actually might make playoffs, so that's good. And we miss school next Friday if we make playoffs.
Ooh.
That's really it. I did have a question. And it's, what's your favorite color?
Bruh.
Because I don't know if you've said it before, but I was wondering. Anyway, bye.
All right, thank you, Yaretsi. And I am almost 100% confident in saying that over the past summer you sent in a voicemail asking us
that
our favorite
question,
color.
yes.
I'm almost 100%. Yeah, you've sent in a million voicemails, so like I didn't go back and like try and listen to every single one, but
Also, it's either you or someone else did, but definitely you have answered this.
like recently, like over the
Yeah.
summer.
But
But
it's okay.
we've been asked a lot of questions before.
Jeremiah's is blue.
Yep. Blue. I like blue, but like I like earth tones. So like
Yeah.
any earth tones are cool. Like green. I like darker greens. So like this is I guess this is like a green shirt. I can't really see it. In real life it's a more
Green.
brighter green than on camera right now. But
Yeah.
I'm so mad. So okay. There's my little mini rant. So I get a lot of my clothes from Target because
Mhm.
they have decently quality clothes for super cheap. And so like, I was like, I need to get a couple more hoodies because I only have like one black hoodie and I only wear the one black hoodie. Like, what does Target got? So they got their brand, and I go, and they have black. They have like the light gray. I'm like, I don't need light gray. I already have a black one. And I was like, okay, they got brown, green, and I was like, okay, I'll get brown and green. And they have blue ones, but the blue ones are only zip up, and they discontinued the blue
Bruh.
ones. That's so stupid. So, like, why wouldn't you have like a dark blue, navy blue hoodie? Like, that's a common thing that people look for. And it's like when I was looking at them, like they had the last of the blue ones, but they weren't in my size.
Yeah. And
And
then you
then they
looked
only
it up
had,
online that
and
they
you can't get them
discontinued.
online. So it's like so stupid. So I bought a green one and a brown one.
Nice.
What are your favorite colors?
The transition was wild. I think mine's black. I think is my favorite color. I don't know. As a kid, it used to be like blue, like the color of my house, blue, but not so much anymore. Yeah, I like black or like more earth tone, like browns and like you said, kind of like a lot of my clothing's black or like brown. My house is blue, not was.
Is that like light blue? I can't remember.
It's like a darker blue.
Wait, wasn't it yellow?
It's yellow online, I think. It was yellow, but that was before I bought it.
Okay.
That's weird that you would know that though, Jeremiah.
But did it get painted?
It got new siding before I purchased the home.
Okay. So when you signed the paperwork, it was yellow, and then when you moved in, it was blue.
No, it was blue when I looked at the house. But if you
Or was
Google
it yellow on Google Maps?
if you Google
Okay.
it on Google Maps, it was yellow, and I think it's blue now. But for a while there, it was yellow.
And what is your address so people can look it up?
I'm not gonna do that.
Hey, every time I get a
Yeah.
home address, I always type it into Google Maps so I can find it and like.
Me
save
and
it
Jeremiah live
stuff.
like 10 minutes apart. So, or 11 minutes.
Depends on how
12 if
fast.
I hit a light.
Yep.
But not that far apart. So,
All right. Oh, and so football team might be making playoffs. That's pretty fun.
yeah, that's sweet.
What's the mascot like? Are you guys like? Let's guess. In Texas?
Yeah, Texas. My guess is a horny toad.
What?
Because
Those
aren't they
aren't-
all over Texas?
I don't know. I was gonna say like a longhorn, but that's too cliche.
No, that's too
I
cliche.
feel like
Or rattlesnake. That'd be a cool mascot.
they're probably like a non-animal, so they're probably like
An American flag only, just the flag.
I don't know. I'm trying to
The
think of something
Patriots.
like a non-animal, like lightning or something like that.
Oh, like the sun.
All right, you have to let us know in the chat
Let us
what
know
your
in the chat
mascot
what your
is,
mascot is.
and what are the colors of your mascot? Like, what's the what
We gotta
was
guess
your high
that.
school?
We gotta guess that.
The colors, red and white. That's my guess.
Orange and black.
Orange and black. Ooh. But if it's the lightning, then it could be like
Blue and yellow.
Blue and yellow. But I'm going with red and white. You're going with black and orange.
Yeah.
All right, Yuretsi, let us know.
Were you gonna ask what mine were?
Oh yeah, sorry. What was your high school?
Mine was
colors and
red,
mascot?
black, and white.
And what was the mascot?
Panther.
We were the Knights, and we were maroon and gold.
Yes.
So like,
Well, you guys, yeah. I was a mascot.
see, Tigers, gold, yellow, black, and white.
Ooh, Tigers! Like, come on! You would think it would be.
I don't know.
So
That's pretty cool.
and nothing to do with Texas at all. So we dropped the ball on that one. Could have been a horny toad.
All right. Last up, we have a voicemail from the Coup d'etat verse. So let's see what Garrett is up to next. Last week, trying to think what happened. There was a Captain Castus and Garrett were there, and then a person with a lightsaber shows up on Naboo. The doors open up, choir goes, and someone with a lightsaber, and it was like, who was it? And that's where it picks up. So let's take a listen.
Hey Empire Radio, it's Garrett. As the dark silhouette of a person came out from the shadows, I could see that it was Anakin Skywalker. Now rushing towards us at an alarming rate, I'm wondering why he's even attacking us. Could it be because of my red lightsaber? I wonder if he knew the previous owner and thinks I'm them. I tell Captain Kestis to be on the defensive, because we need answers from him. With a blinding amount of speed and fury, Anakin strikes at Captain Kestis, to which Kestis was able to block, but the hit was so strong it knocked his lightsaber out of his hand. Then Anakin force-pushed him away, all before I could even react. And by the time I did, Kestis was halfway across the hangar, and all I could do was block his quick follow-up attack on me as we locked blades. I hear the distant roar of a starship getting closer, and I saw Anakin lose focus for a second. I used this window to push him back away from me. He quickly regained his footing and rushed towards me again as I heard the starship land behind me. Using the Force, I tried to hold him back and talk to him, but all I could see was his yellow, rage-filled eyes staring right at me. As he gets just within reach of me, he stops. I could see his eyes look just past my shoulder as they turned blue and dropped his guard while softly saying, I think I'm going to leave you guys on a cliffhanger today and see if you can guess what happens. But speaking of cliffhangers, what's your favorite cliffhanger that got answered and your least favorite cliffhanger that never got answered in any media?
In any media?
All right. Thank you, Garrett, for that. So, Anakin.
You're right. It was
He's going
Anakin.
Back and forth maybe between the light and the dark because he was held in captive, so he's like not thinking clearly. So he's attacking you as a Sith, but then like his eyes go to normal, so he's back to normal to Anakin.
And he says, Padme.
Because someone just landed or is coming about to land, so you see someone in. So it could be Padme. It could be Luke and Ben Solo because they disappeared after fighting Empress Palpatine.
He's like, son.
So I think I'm gonna go with Luke and Ben Solo. You're going.
What
with
does
Padme?
he say?
So it's like I think you just say the names.
Oh, why would he say Luke? He would probably say son, and then Luke would be like, "No, that's not true. That's impossible."
All right, that's what we're going with. So he left us on a cliffhanger. Biggest cliffhangers that has been answered and then not answered in any media. So any movie, shows, books.
So much work to think that far out.
Okay, here's one that I was thinking of. Cliffhanger that we're never going to get an answer to is the Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes movie. Did you ever see that?
Oh, yeah. What's the cliffhanger, though?
How he
lands and there's like monkeys everywhere.
And like he returns back to Earth or whatever, or timeline or whatever, and it's
taken over
by apes. And it's like he comes back as a person. He's all surrounded by police and whatever because he crash lands in Washington, D.C., and it's not Abraham Lincoln. It's Caesar, the bad guy from the movie. It's like, how did that happen? And then it got canceled, and so we don't know what happened.
And I'm glad it got canceled.
But
the toys were
also,
cool, but that movie was.
Also, there was a show on Netflix called the OA that got canceled after 2 seasons. And so we'll never know how that plays out.
I'm trying to think.
But I'm thinking of one that like got answered. Obviously like
The Darksaber. That was a
Darksaber,
cliffhanger that
we get answers.
we get answered.
Every season of Lost ends on a cliffhanger.
That's true.
And so you get those answers every season. I felt like there was like another show that got canceled that like basically any show that gets canceled. There was like a show on NBC called Revolution that was like for 2 seasons and got canceled. That was a pretty cool show concept, but got canceled. There's like that's like every show on NBC gets canceled.
Yeah,
it seems
for
like,
sure,
so.
bro. I'm trying to think of a show that I really liked that got canceled.
Or like a movie that never got a sequel.
I don't even know though.
What's that one with the aliens in South Africa? District
9.
District 9. That needs a sequel.
Dude, that movie was so good, bro.
That was
no,
really
they're
good.
launching pigs. Remember that?
Huh?
They had like a pig launcher and they're launching pigs at people. Bro, you gotta go back and watch it. That was
What
like
are
a
you talking
big
about?
thing in that movie.
I don't remember that at all.
Oh,
You're talking,
bro.
talking about like when they're testing the weapons?
Yeah, and they're putting pigs in them and they're launching pigs across the...
I don't know.
Bro,
But
you gotta
whatever.
watch it.
District 9, that was a super good movie concept.
That was a cool movie, too. It was a good
Cool movie.
I don't know why they never made another one.
I don't know. They left it on like they left it on a cliffhanger, like I'm gonna come back and return and fix you type of thing, and that was it. Like, and then it's like,
what's that zombie movie with Will Smith?
I Am Legend.
That
They're
was
making
kind
a
of
sequel
a I know, but that was kind of a cliffhanger, wasn't
with
it?
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, but they've been saying that for a while, haven't they?
Yeah, well, I don't know when that is. Was that supposed to be like a prequel thing?
No, it's a sequel. Maybe it is a prequel. That would actually be a cool prequel. I would love to see that movie as a prequel. To like see how like it actually spread and stuff.
Well, the last thing on Wikipedia for the sequel is that a second draft for the movie was written like last summer, like 2024. So that's the last thing. So it's still a couple years away, probably. But
I don't know any good ones.
yeah, it's always like a canceled show or movie that gets cliffhangers.
Well, a big one that we got fixed was Clone Wars.
Oh yeah, Clone Wars.
Because they canceled that.
Season 7, yeah. Definitely.
So that was a good save too. That was like some of the best Star Wars content.
Yarzi says all of the Marvel end credits scenes.
They're cliffhangers, but we get answers.
Yep. Wasn't it? But there's been some that like there weren't. Like they just like bring something in, but they never.
Oh, Boba Fett. Book of Boba, that cliffhanger at the end.
Oh, with Cobb Vanth?
Yeah.
It's in the back to tank thing.
And Cad Bane.
No. Cad Bane is dead.
No, he's not.
He's done. He's cooked, as the kids would say. Is that correct use? Cooked, like mean done, like cooking is done. Yeah, I think that's
the correct term. But 6'7".
No, you don't know.
You
Baby
know.
possibly could be
6.
Chat is cooked.
Yeah, it's kind of quiet today.
All right. Well, thank you, Garrett. Hope to hear from you next week. But
well, bro, You missed that whole thing in the beginning of the podcast where he
Yeah,
tried
you
to
did.
explain
You
to
missed
Jeremiah
it.
that 6'7" is not a thing.
Yep. All right, let's go over some social media and get this is like our first 2-hour episode in like a long time.
Yeah, for
Seems
sure.
like.
I literally told Steph it was going to be like an hour tonight.
Oops. Well, we had a bunch of voicemails, so
Yeah.
you can blame our
audience.
fans. Yep. All right. Well, if you want to get connected with Empire Radio, go in the description below, links.co/Empire Radio, links spelled with 2 I's. Click that landing page for everything Empire Radio. So if you want to send a voicemail, click the link there. If you want to join the Discord, you want to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, send us an email. We have a fan email. Just follow us on YouTube, follow us on Twitch for live streams. We try to live stream every episode. So if you want to be our fact checker in the chat, join the Twitch for the live streams. I think that's pretty much it. I should mention again, we'll probably be saying this every week, but in December, we're doing the new Darth Vader book, Master of Evil. So get that audiobook, get that book. Right now, Audible has 99 cents a month for the first 3 months. So it's super cheap. So it's a good deal. So go get that book and get it read because I'm excited for that. But that's it. Anything else, Drew?
Nope, that should be it.
All right. Well, you have been listening to another Visions-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Drew.
And may the Force be with you.
Always.